After 9 years, Arma has just dropped its next title, Arma Reforger. Quick disclaimer, this is not Arma 4. Based on Bohemia's posts that have come out both with the reveal stream and the Steam page, this is just a stepping stone to Arma 4. I wouldn't expect the next main Arma title anytime soon. We'll probably start getting Arma 4 news in about 2 to 5 years, maybe sooner. In the meantime, we have Arma Reforger to give us the basic idea of how Arma 4 will look and play. The new Arma title was released on May 17th with Bohemia's big reveal. This game is available on PC, Xbox Series S and X. More on what I think about the consoles later. This title takes us back to 1989 in an alternate history of the tail end of the Cold War going hot on the 52-kilometer-squared island of Everon. There are currently 2 game modes right now. Conflict is a capture the island mode where 2 player-controlled teams capture strategic points across the map. When you're capturing these points, before you run into the other team, you'll have to fight a third-party AI-controlled force. Usually the player teams will start to clash somewhere in the middle of the map, but if one side isn't doing too well against the AI, the other team might get a slight advantage. The goal of this mode is to capture the other team's starting base, and then there's the other mode, Game Master mode, aka Zeus. This works very similar to Zeus. It's a live mission maker / editor. I hope sometime before the end of early access for this game we get something similar to the Eden editor to mess around in. As for the game being on Xbox, I'm honestly not sure how to feel about this. On one hand, it's good because that means the game's optimized. On the other, it casualizes the game. Now, while the game being on Xbox Series does give console players an experience no other game will give them, I don't see Arma 4 being on consoles unless Bohemia plans to build 2 versions of the same game. If the game is casualized, it would take away from the complex Arma experience. Hell, the modding community, we add more crap to the game to make it even more complex with new medical systems and AI behaviors. Arma, at least the main series, I don't think we're ever going to see on console. Now, as for Arma Reforger itself, as far as Arma games go, the feeling of Milsim is still there. I loved all 4 hours of what I've played so far. Gunplay feels nice and tight, as well as the driving. The game looks absolutely gorgeous. However, there are currently some issues. Networking is the biggest one right now. It took me about 20 minutes to get into a server, and then I would randomly get dropped, and it'd take me another 15-20 to get back in. I'd randomly get dropped again at some point. I'm sure this will be resolved soon in a patch or a hotfix. The only other minor complaint that I experienced is textures popping in. It'd be for buildings and interiors and trees and other things. But it is early access. This will all probably be fixed before release. There are some nice quality of life changes in this, such as the new inventory screen / system being easier to read and understand. It's all gridded out, so you'll have like your pants, your vest, and your shirt all listed, and they'll all have their inventories listed at the same time in a grid. And then on the other side will be whatever you're accessing the inventory of, crate, truck, whatever. You can drag and drop your items in to where you want, or you can just hotkey them in with a press of a button. It's great. Works real well, real handy. Also on the same screen, in that inventory menu, you can adjust your hotbars. So you can put your grenades on 3, bandages on 4, gun on 1 or 2, or wherever you want it. The other thing that was altered was the interaction system. So now instead of seeing access inventory as like the main thing, and then having the scroll wheel to find all the other stuff, you can just walk up to it. It'll come up with a small pop-up menu. It'll list all the possible interactions you can scroll through and then press or hold F to do the interaction. It's a way better system than the old one. I would recommend this game to any Arma fan, as it is a first glimpse into what's to come, and it's a great time if you can get past the networking at the moment. For anyone thinking of buying this as their first Arma title, I'd say go ahead. It's a watered down version of what Arma is, and maybe this will get you into Arma 3 and 4 when that does come out. That's my opinion on the current state of Arma Reforger and the Arma series. Link to the Steam store page is down in the description.